So I would say, and to you, Elon, Maine and really the whole United States doesn't want your dirty money in our politics.
Okay, so we all know who Elon Musk really is at this point, right? A maniacal, petulant little freak hellbent on ruining our electoral system by pumping millions of dollars into any race that he wants, all while being a epic meme cringe lord online. And now he is trying to stick his dirty fingers into the Maine Senate race. However, Troy Jackson, the new progressive DSA-backed candidate out there, just released this brilliant campaign ad calling Musk out. So we have got a great one today, folks. Take a look.
Hey everyone, it's Troy Jackson. Look, apparently Elon Musk has gotten off Twitter long enough to realize that he's got a real problem here in Maine. And the problem is me and you working to try and get a government that we should have, that we deserve. So now he's going to spend $100 million across a number of states, but including Maine, to make sure that Susan gets back in, being the rubber stamp that he's had for quite a while now to get all his billions. And here's why he's spending $100 million across these states, because he wants to have people that are totally beholden to him and Donald Trump, making sure that we're getting tax cuts for billionaires on the back of our healthcare system, on the back of our hospitals. That's what Elon Musk wants. He doesn't care about us, really doesn't care about Susan. He cares about him. So I would say, and to you, Elon, Maine and really the whole United States doesn't want your dirty money in our politics. You know, you don't get to buy the government that you want. This is about all of us coming together and fighting for the government that we deserve, and you're not in it.
And this post was immediately met with a lot of support online, with people writing in the comments saying, wow, one of the simplest and most effective political ads I've ever seen. Keep doing this, you will absolutely win. Another writing, I would vote for you in a heartbeat, and so should Mainers. What an improvement over Susan Collins. And then a bunch more support. Troy will be the next senator. Elon looks like he's already started paying the trolls. This is an excellent messaging. Keep going, Troy. You will be the next senator. And it's also true, right? Troy Jackson will be an opposition force against Elon Musk, who does have a negative impact on American politics and America as a whole. And while Republicans adore him, he is everything that they despise, right? They say that they hate immigrants who leech off the welfare system, and that's Elon Musk. He is the #1 welfare queen out there, just as Jennifer Welch talks about right here. Take a look.
When Apple needs money, they can just call up the Trump administration. When Elon Musk, this country's biggest immigrant welfare queen, the world's biggest welfare queen, when he needs a contract, he just calls up Trump. The same with Jeff Bezos. They are the parasites. It's not the people way down on the food chain that are making $7.25 an hour. They are not parasitic. It is the corporations that exploits their labor. It is the corporations that do not have to pay taxes, and it is the corporations that pay off both parties. That is why we have to be an opposition party and be solely focused on being an opposition party to these corporate handouts.
She's right. She is so right. And who will be there to rubber stamp Elon and Trump's agendas for the next 2 years if she is not voted out in November? Susan Collins. Right? And I think it's really important to remind everyone out there that Susan Collins is not this lovely, mythical, moderate, centrist Republican that she claims that she is, right? This is a woman that just a few days ago claimed that she would vote for Brett Kavanaugh again.
But if you could clone Justice Kavanaugh, would you do it?
If I could clone, I would vote for him again.
Yeah.
No hesitation, no qualms, no quandaries, just, yep, sounds good. Let's rubber stamp every single psychotic conservative out there and push Trump's agenda 99-1. But I'm a centrist, guys. I'm a moderate Republican, guys. I'm a sweet old moderate, right? This is the same woman who gave this guy a job.
The most exotic. I will literally eat anything.
Trust me, bro. We know. No, I still cannot believe that this guy is our health secretary. It's actually it's insane. But if you take a look at what Troy Jackson and other progressives are saying about healthcare and medicine as a whole, this stark contrast, it's night and day. Take a look.
There's always money for another tax break for billionaires. There's just never enough money when a rural family needs a hospital, a doctor, or a safe place to deliver a child.
So here's a guy who is actually invested in the betterment of his community, who doesn't take corporate money, and who is not interested in continuing this cycle of people being, constantly oppressed, struggling under medical debt, and who actually wants to make healthcare free for everyone. And many, many more people every single day are realizing this reality because they are sick and tired of all the BS. Even out in rural Texas, where James Tallarico is really growing in popularity, he just gave this brilliant speech about how it's actually correct and righteous in Christian philosophy to have free and fair healthcare. Take a look.
We can finish the work of President Obama and pass a public option so that every single American has access to the healthcare they deserve. Because healthcare is a human right. It is not a privilege. Since we are in church, and because I said BS earlier, if you read our scriptures, if you read the New Testament, what does Jesus spend most of his time doing? It's not, well, you already know, okay. It's not preaching, it's not teaching, it is healing the sick. And in Matthew 25, scripture says that's how we will be judged and how we will be saved, by healing the sick, by feeding the hungry, by welcoming the stranger, by visiting the prisoner.
So just watching that, you have Troy Jackson calling for Medicare for all. You've got Abdul Al-Sayed also calling for the same thing. You've got James Tallarico pushing for the public option using scripture as his guide. And it is making him more popular. Even in a state as conservative as one like Texas, James Tallarico is seeing a surge in popularity and momentum as he continues to push these progressive policy positions because they are popular, right? Just take a look at this polling by the biggest numbers guy out there, Harry Enton.
The polling is different. The polling is different. This is the best looking polling for Democrats in the Senate race since really the 20th century. You're going to have to go back probably to the late 80s, the last time they won a Senate race out there, when it was Lloyd Bentsen winning in 1988, because just take a look here. This polling looks so much different than it did 8 years ago. You take a look here, James Tallarico, the latest poll against Ken Paxton, he's actually up by 3 points. Look at where the race was between Beto O'Rourke and Ted Cruz at this point in the 2018 cycle. Ted Cruz was ahead by 6. This is very different. The Democrat here is doing 9 points better. And what is supercharging that? Look at this. Independents moved from tie to plus 39 points for James Tallarico. Independents, the name of the game, shifting significantly to the left camp and supercharging James Tallarico. It could be real. Every single time I look at the poll, I'm going, this can't be right. This could be very, very real. Democrats have a real shot in Texas.
So there you have it. The proof is in the pudding, right? I mean, you can just see it right here. Beto was a remarkable candidate back in 2018. People saw him as the one to finally beat Ted Cruz and turn Texas blue, and it didn't work. Right? It didn't work. But now, just looking at the numbers, Tallarico is outpacing Beto by 9 points. 9 points polling against his opponent. Now, some of that, of course, has to do with name recognition. Ted Cruz is a nationally recognized figure. He ran for president. Ken Paxton, not as much, right? Not as much. But it also has to do with policy. Because people are pissed off. They are sick and tired, and they want change. And independents out there actually want someone who is going to speak to them, to help them, to actually make their lives better, right? And just speaks of a better tomorrow. And that's where candidates like Tallarico come in. Progressives like James Tallarico, Abdul Al-Sayed, Troy Jackson, right? Candidates that are capable of winning in these swing states or even red states like Texas. Progressive politics, I believe, is the future of the Democratic Party. I do not see a future without it. And whether the centrist liberals out there like James Carville, who's been whining all about this progressive change, like it or not, the time is coming. So they either have to get with the program or step aside. And if you agree, be sure to join our fight here at US Democratic Socialists by subscribing below. It really helps us out a lot. But I think that's going to do it for me. I'm Iago Lashua. Have a good day. Goodbye.